gambling was something that I did.
This is Dan Patrick Takes a Gamble.
One of my bookies died at the kitchen table.
A podcast vehicle for Dan to talk about his love of gambling.
One bet, another bet, another bet.
Without doing the actual gambling.
You're a coward! It's easy to have a scapegoat.
And now, joined by Bad Larry, Shay and Irving, and Dylan the graphics guy.
I have friends.
Here's Dan Patrick.
Okay, welcome to the shit show. Bad Larry there?
Sitting in my car, Dan, outside Ray's, starving.
Okay.
Oh, boo-hoo, Larry.
I just don't want you to sit in a garage with a car running.
Wow.
Okay? No, I'm just saying.
Speak for yourself.
It is the holidays.
It is. After the holidays, I don't care.
No.
But
It's car garage season.
It is a lot of families.
oh, wait a minute. Are we dressing this thing up today?
What are you talking about?
Kelly is with us from wagertalk.com.
Church it up.
Yeah. Host shows like Bet On It, Kelly and Murray, and Last Call Saturday, Sunday. And if you could can you put Kelly in my monitor over here just so I can? There she is, Kelly. You're back for more. Why?
That's a great question. No, actually, I think as someone who thrives in a toxic masculinity environment, like I just, there's something about me needing this. This is like good for my soul.
Are you aware of Shay's situation at home with his wife, with therapy?
I have heard like glimpses of it every once in a while. I'll slide in Shay's DMs and say, "God, are you like the brother that I never had?"
Yeah.
Like some of his tweets, some of his comments are just hilarious. But yeah, therapy's not good for anybody.
No,
Why would
agreed.
you ever subject that to yourself?
It's fake. It's not real.
By the way, the state of Ohio wants a piece of your ass after you made fun of my home state. What'd you call it? Alabama?
I mean, he's not wrong.
With shittier food. It's Alabama with shittier food.
I think he said a dump at one point.
Yeah.
How was the reaction on social media there, tough guy?
A lot of Ohioans on the Twitter, I got to tell you. A lot of very proud Appalachian opioid addicted.
The prouder people are of the place that they're from, the shittier it is.
Yeah,
every time.
that is one thing I don't understand, like state pride for Ohio. Like you don't find that in Indiana or Illinois or Michigan, but people from Ohio, you know what it is? It's shared trauma. It's like going to jail or rehab with somebody and you have a bond over it. Living in that shithole and dealing with that awful government day, every day.
Where did this come from?
It's a useless state. Should be sold back to the Canadians. You know what? I would trade Canada for Ohio today.
That's such a lopsided trade.
Yeah.
They would never do that.
You'd have to throw in. I mean, you're going to throw me into that because I'm from Ohio. So me and
You
Ohio
would have to
for
get
Canada.
You would have to get a new passport.
Also, Dan, you have lived
And
in
with the new
Connecticut for
administration-
long enough to not be. You have no ties.
No, it's
really, to
birthright
Ohio.
citizenship in Ohio. You'd have to go back. Sorry.
Oh, really? Oh.
January 20th, Danny. You got to go back.
Okay. I just don't know where this came from. This is a gambling show, and all of a sudden because you abuse you hate other things, other people.
Least favorite state.
That is generally true, Dan, but this one I'm going to have to agree with Shay.
Shut up.
It's a fact.
You don't know shit. You're 28. You don't know anything.
I am 29.
Oh, okay.
I turned 29 in October.
Yes.
Liver of a 50-year-old.
Yes.
Oh, look who's talking about livers.
Yeah, but he's lived long with his liver.
Kinda. He's not that old.
I'm old.
Yeah, he is. He has done some damage to that body.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be a wonderland long time ago.
I don't know about that.
Yes,
either.
it used to be a wonderland. Okay, so let's go around the room. You have Bad Larry joining us from Jersey, hopefully not from a garage. You have Shay and Irving, and you have Dylan, the graphics guy. You have intern Ray, Picture Day Ray, and Marvin. That's our starting lineup here. And Kelly, of course, is the owner of WagerTalk.com and host a variety of shows. She's going to jump in when she wants to jump in and make fun of people, and we encourage that as well. So Shay catching a lot of heat because his Cowboys lost to the Bengals. Sad.
The way they lost, Danny. It's kids not knowing their history. This is Leon Lett, 1993. This already happened. And Osamana Wawe, or however the hell you say his name, couldn't figure out his ass from his elbow and tried to be a hero.
By the way, a listener has held us hostage, wants free T-shirts after he purchased the DP Takes a Gamble domain, and we don't deal with terrorists.
No.
That was my bad. I shouldn't have said that we were going to buy the domain name before buying it.
Yes. Funny how that works when you give people a heads up what you're going to do, and they scramble.
Maybe I have more faith in humanity than I should, Dan. I don't know.
Moron.
I'm an idealist.
Okay. We had a listener send a video of his child tossing ornaments off the tree, Nick in California, and he says that he apparently is raising a baby Shay. Do you have any advice for parents with violent children, Shay?
Dude, this is like Baby Grinch. He was literally grabbing the ornaments and smashing them on the ground, just ruining Christmas for everyone. I think you sent him to military school immediately.
And what did that do for you?
He taught me how to pass a drug test.
Yeah. You go military school and then crack addiction.
That crack was before the military.
And then you went rehab.
Yeah, but that's the thing. At military school, it gets you off of the weed because weed will stay in your system for like Kelly knows this way too long.
Yeah.
So you go for the hard stuff or you go for the hallucinogenic because you can't find that.
Yeah,
in the piss test.
psilocybin and acid. Don't show
Peyote,
up on the
baby,
test.
peyote. Because I'm one with the Indians.
By the way, last time we talked, therapy, we're going to have another session.
Yeah, it went much better. We agreed not to listen to the show, the roommate or the therapist. I said both of them are banned, and that this is my own private time, and nobody.
Wait,
listens
is he
anymore.
calling his wife his roommate?
Yeah,
Yes.
we live together, Kelly.
He's a tough guy, Kelly.
No, we live together. A lot of married people don't live together. I live with my wife, therefore roommate.
That sounds awful. Does she have her own room?
Sometimes I have my own room
It's called the couch.
because she asked me to sleep in it, but she's got the bigger one, so I give her that.
Okay, but things are moving along. They're
Better, yeah. I
Good.
admitted that I'm a bad person, and then everybody was like, "Oh, what a sigh of relief." That's pretty much
That's
it.
all it took.
That's
Just the
admit-
whole fucking time.
Just admit fault. You always just say it's your fault. It's you're right. I was being crazy, or I had an episode, or I forgot my meds, whatever.
I was on peyote.
Yeah.
No, he's not. No, we're clean, right?
Yeah.
Are psychedelics
Clean,
off the-
clean as a dirty whistle thrown in an alley.
No, we're not doing that anymore. No benders. No 3 days. We lose you.
We'll see about Austria.
Okay.
That's not the bender we're talking about.
Bad Larry lost 2 units last week. Dylan won 3.5. Shay won 7.
Yeah. What's up? How about that, Danny?
Shay went ham, actually. That
So
was-
17.5 for Shay. Dylan plus 13.5. Larry a big 0.
Just
Dead
to reiterate.
Wait, hold on. Do you have any complaints, Larry? You usually have a
No
complaint.
complaints. Dead zero. 2 units on all my bets this week. I got to go back and see how Shea won 7. What was his big bet?
I'll bring it up. By the way, Bad Larry wins the Diego Pavia Award for the 3rd straight week. Congratulations.
Everyone was talking shit when I said Larry was catching up to me.
I know.
And
I was 1-1. How do you? I don't even understand how you win this award.
Here we go.
Is it your worst college record? What is it? I was 1-1 in college.
It's more of a blanket award
Yeah.
for the week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll take it for that. Then I'm minus 2 units.
Okay,
I
glad.
deserve it.
Okay.
I just want to know what it's for. The worst week. That sounds good.
It's actually just whoever is from New Jersey gets it every week.
Speaking of New Jersey, I mean, are we allowed to talk
Are
about
you?
the truth?
Is New Jersey?
Are we allowed to talk about the truth?
Is New Jersey worse or better than Ohio?
It's the Ohio of the Northeast.
It would. No, it's in Mexico of the Northeast. But can we talk about the aliens in New Jersey? Are we allowed to do that? Or are they going to censor this too?
Wait.
No, it's pretty. I think
The
that's
tiny
public domain.
aliens in their motherships above New Jersey circling our Italian-American brethren. The drones, Danny?
Yes.
Yeah, they're tiny aliens, but they're in really big ships. They look small to us, so that's why they won't land, because we look so big to them, and they know we'll eat them.
Kelly, there is still time for you to get the hell out of here if you want to.
I retract everything I said about Shay and I being like very similar. I will not be eating aliens. But also, yeah, I've learned a lot. And no, I am good. I'm from Kansas. Like we didn't do
Good stuff.
all of the nefarious things that you guys did down there in Texas. Like
true.
we were just like a little middle America minding our own business.
Yeah, but you said you're a lot like Shay. What does that mean?
I think it means like politically because we
Yeah.
just say
Okay.
outlandish things.
Okay,
to,
do
like,
you think
get
they're
a rise.
aliens or Iranians in New Jersey?
Well, if I had to pick, I
Yeah.
would say they're aliens over
Totally.
Iran.
Thank you.
I don't think Iran has the balls.
Absolutely
But
not.
that's a whole
Absolutely
other
not.
argument.
Or the
What
capability.
interest do either of them have in a bunch of Italians in New Jersey?
Maybe they saw Sopranos.
Food?
Actually, they could have seen this. Yeah, actually, if I was an alien, I would watch The Sopranos. That would be my first order of business.
Is it on re-airs? Maybe they're just catching, like Sex in the City in other countries. Like there are people just seeing Sex in the City.
Yeah,
and
Sex and I'll see you,
What
Dodd.
if The Sopranos just premiered in their alien world and they were like, holy shit, we got to
Good.
check it out?
Good.
Holy shit, Italians are cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of Italians, what'd I say?
Yeah, who recently drove
boy.
through New Jersey to get away from New York?
It's a me, Mario.
Coincidence?
By the way, my warnings of Italians were not heeded by anyone, and now I have been proven correct.
By one thing that
Yeah, but
happened.
His name is Luigi.
that is a cartoon Italian. I mean, he's literally named after a cartoon Italian.
His name is Larry
Yeah,
It's going to be Larry in the clink. That's what
Yeah.
they're going to call him.
in
Ain't
the
nobody-
clink.
They might call him Lawrence.
Also, the tinfoil hat here, though. So that guy, like, they released a picture of him, and it's just him with a hood from like the top, and some random McDonald's employee in the middle of Pennsylvania recognizes him from that.
No,
and
they
goes,
had
Jazz.
other pictures.
No, it was the NSA. The
Yeah, they're-
illegally tracked him, and now they're backtracking an investigation to not admit that Edward Snowden was right, and everything we do is being watched by the government.
Yeah, they.
See, this is Dan. This is where Shay and I are on the same page.
It's true. She's right.
It's true.
I mean, there's just no way they have all this shit. That
Do you need
they-
therapy too?
No,
It's
I
fake.
told you therapy is for people who want to admit something's wrong with them. If you think that you're great, why do you need therapy?
Are you married?
I am not married.
Okay. If you were married, you might need therapy.
He would
Listen,
be in therapy.
I've been in a very long relationship. We live together.
Roommates.
It's like marriage, but I don't want to change my last name.
Okay.
Ooh,
But you
And if
could-
he was like, "Hey, we need to go to therapy," I'd be like, "Maybe we're just not soulmates. We should separate."
Kelly, do you not want to change your last name because it's Mangione?
It's close. It's actually Polish, which is even worse.
We can talk about that.
Okay. Let me recap here.
Why was everyone's reaction like that?
I don't know.
Sounds like you don't know any Polish people.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, but we moved on from Polish people. We don't make fun of Polish people anymore.
Like how many can screw in a light bulb?
Yeah.
that kind
I
of-
do love a pierogi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, pierogies are the shittiest version of dumplings.
Oh,
though.
we're going to fight.
Yeah, they are.
We're going to fight.
Listen, anytime you stuff meat or potatoes into like a pockety, whether it's a pasta or an empanada, they're just always good.
No,
I think
Kelly, I agree, but I think of the dumpling family, pierogies, like compared to like a Chinese dumpling or like an empanada.
A papoose is the worst.
Okay, actually, all right.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
How
they are the
samosa.
worst.
How about we get around to maybe some gambling here today? Okay. The over-under Bill Belichick's North Carolina Tar Heels is 6.5. Anybody taking over, under? Shay, I'll start with you.
No, I just think bringing Matt, Patricia, and your son to a staff is the dumbest shit he could ever do.
Are you taking the over, under?
Over.
They're going to have more than 6.5 wins?
I think
Wait, what's the over, under you're betting on?
That happens in
over
the
6.5
You're taking the over.
and over 0.5 funerals. Yes.
Dylan, over, under 6.5 wins for Bill Belichick first.
Kind of hard to argue with that one, honestly. But I'm gonna, for the spirit of competition, 6.5. I don't know. I'm gonna take the under. Because Matt Patricia.
Bad Larry.
He's got to bring in some people, and he's got to have huge NIL money. There's some seniors in high school who want to go to the pros. Over 6.5.
All right. Kelly, over, under 6.5.
I'm going to play contrarian like I do so well. I'm going to take the under here. I do think Bill Belichick will have success. I do think there's a ton of money, but as we've seen from other teams with more money than God, you still can't buy yourself a national championship. I would not be surprised to see them win exactly 6 games, go to a mediocre bowl game year 1, and then really hit that next catapult year 2.
Well, they're going to the Fenway Bowl this year. So with their 6 wins, they may be headed back. Could you imagine? We brought this up on the show. Could you imagine? Nicole Auerbach, I think, tweeted that Bill Belichick next year would have Mayo dumped on him at the Mayo Bowl. Could you imagine Belichick putting up with that?
No.
Or the Pop-Tart Bowl where he's taking a bite of a Pop-Tart?
I could imagine that. I think his girlfriend eats those for breakfast.
She definitely does. But here's what I want to know.
More of a dino egg oatmeal person, I've heard.
I saw a tweet and it said, imagine these like kids who are in journalism school having to ask Bill Belichick questions.
Ooh.
I mean, the post game pressers are going to be absolutely hilarious.
I would just be like, I'm dropping the class.
Well, and this is something we brought up, that Belichick, everybody's like, oh my God, this newfound personality. And as we brought up on the show, no, he respects Peyton and Eli Manning, and he respects Pat McAfee. He doesn't respect people like me. He doesn't respect people in the media because you didn't play the game. These guys did, so he speaks to them, and he's loquacious. He's eloquent. He's effusive. He's like, oh, hey, Bill, boy, listen to him.
Yeah, the tone of his voice is totally
chatty
different.
cat. Yes, it sounds like he cares as opposed to.
Yeah, he's in love.
Yeah. Oh. What lasts longer?
Oh, yes. Now we're talking.
Belichick at Carolina. Belichick with his girlfriend.
I think the girlfriend falls in love with one of Belichick's players and ruins Belichick's tenure.
Kelly, which one do you think lasts longer? Belichick with Carolina, Belichick with his girlfriend?
Listen, I've never seen the man smile so much in his life, but eventually she's got to realize she's with a guy that's my dad's age, right? Like, eventually she's going to say, okay, like, I want to get married and have kids. Right. I just don't know when that is. And so it's interesting because when he signed a 5-year deal at Carolina, I thought, what is he doing? 5 years is way too long. Like 3 years, fine. You want to get back into coaching. That's a really great question. I'm going to go his time at North Carolina lasts longer.
All right. What about you, Dylan?
I mean, I think history is on the side of him lasting longer at Carolina than a relationship with a 25-year-old
Is she that old?
I don't think she's 25.
I don't think she's even 20.
All right, with a 16-year-old.
23?
Okay.
Didn't he meet her on a plane?
Yes.
Best flight partner ever. You always got to check who your flight partner is because it could be the last person you ever see.
Yeah.
It's
true.
Important.
Yeah, it's true.
It's important.
Yeah.
She is 24.
All right.
24.
Oh, big difference than 25.
It's almost too old for Leo.
I mean, didn't Al Pacino just have a kid at like 89?
Hoo-ha.
Yeah.
Right about that.
Didn't Leo DiCaprio, didn't he change his, isn't he dating somebody a little bit
His
older?
age limit's 27 now, I think.
Yeah, something.
Every 5 years older he goes up a year.
That's creepy.
He's got standards, Danny.
That's creepy.
Not creepy.
Yes, it is.
He's got a type.
Yes, it's creepy. Young? Have you ever spoken to a 24-year-old?
When I was 24, yeah.
Yes. And they sound smart then.
I
don't know if they sounded smart.
Well,
I don't know if people who were like super famous when they were. How old was Leo when he was like blew up?
Gilbert Grape was like 12.
Yeah, what's eating Gilbert Grape?
And Basketball Diaries, he was
So
like 14.
shockingly, maybe not the most well-adjusted like adult human being.
Maybe. Okay. Let's
have him on the pod.
Yeah, get Leo on.
But we have Kelly with us right now. Okay, bets this week. Kelly, I'll start with you. College football.
Oh, college football has not been great. You bragged about how great Shay did last week, and it's because we had the opposites. I went 0-4 last week in college football and then crushed NFL. This is the only thing I'm taking this weekend in college football is the Navy over. I told you guys I have that contrarian in me, and I thought, you know what? They opened this number high for a reason. It's already been bet up. That is not historic, right? Usually they open the number and it just plummets. Yeah. I think both of these offenses are prolific. I think it doesn't matter which Navy quarterback we see. I like Army in this spot to get the win. But remember, Navy's had an extra week here to prepare. So I'm going over 38.5, but I also lean towards Navy to get the cover, but Army to get the win.
Okay. Shay and Irving.
I'm also on the over. I auto bet Army every year, laying 6.5. Don't care if it's 100.
Because you're a patriot.
Because I'm an American.
You're American.
I care about the security of this country.
The Navy's un-American.
And if we had any testicular fortitude, we'd be shooting down those alien drones.
Those are ours.
First off, if I see a drone, I don't care if it's an alien or not, I'm shooting the thing out of the sky. Period.
Absolutely.
Immediately. I don't give a shit. And also, come find me. What do you mean? Yeah, I heard the gunshot too, officer. Sorry. What the fuck are you going to do?
How many guns do you have?
A lot, and I'm not telling you how many because none of them are registered.
See, that's how I know we're different. Come on. What do you need to? You live in a state where you have to register your guns.
I do.
Probably
Yeah,
one.
and I don't register them because then they'll know. They put me on a list. Oh yeah.
I'll put you on a list.
Okay, they're under lock and key, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. They
Okay,
are.
good.
Yeah, they're locked up.
Most of them.
Yeah, except for the one under my pillow. Rest of college football, Danny. I got West Virginia +3 against Memphis, and that's it, man.
Because Rich Rod is coming back to West Virginia.
Country Road,
I
bringing
like
him home.
it. I like it. All right, Dylan, what do you have?
I'm with Kelly on this one. I'm going to take Navy to cover the 6.5.
Okay.
Actually, last time this game was played in Landover, Maryland, Navy won. So history's on my side there.
Are they the same players that played in that game?
I mean, I can't confirm or deny that, Dan, but it's all I got.
I hate when, we make things work in accordance to how we want them to be. Like,
That's every stat.
The last time the Mets and Yankees played in the World Series, the Yankees won. Yeah, and
it
nobody's
has
gonna
no
be,
relevance
exactly.
at all.
But you're like, oh shit, they must win all the time.
That's like if you had bet the Cavaliers at the beginning of the season and rolled your winnings over every week for 15 weeks, you'd have $10 million. It's like, okay, well, no one fucking did that.
Well, the $1 million better is up $17.5 million following me. So
Yeah, that's true, and they're up $13.5 million following me.
weak.
Wait, who do we have following us?
No, that's a theoretical person.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
If there is someone out there doing
I
that.
see. Yeah, that's right. Shay's up 17.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a brag. There is what that is.
Yeah.
What else do you?
Very
Anything
humble. Yep. I got UNLV +1.5 against Cal. And I've got Notre Dame to win the college football playoff.
Wow.
+800. If there's any year this would be remotely feasible, I do think this is the year.
If Notre Dame plays Georgia in the second round, Notre Dame is listed as a 2-point favorite against Georgia.
Which just looks weird.
It does. Just something to keep in mind. Bad Larry, any college football bets?
I didn't send any in, but this morning I'm taking Army minus the 6.5, and I'm taking JMU minus the 8 against Western Kentucky. 2 units each, Ray.
Okay. Ray, of course, the producer of this godforsaken show, and he's writing things down. Once again, the lineup we have Kelly, the owner of WagerTalk.com, hosts shows like Bet On It, Kelly and Murray, Last Call on Saturday and Sunday. She joins us from Vegas. We have Shay and Irving. We have Bad Larry, and we have Dylan, the graphics guy. So, Kelly, lead us off NFL.
NFL is absolutely disgusting this week, you guys. And I'd like to apologize to all of your listeners in advance. Historically, weeks, 15, 16, 17. Now, obviously, we've added week 18. You've got to kind of fade some of the narratives and you've got to kind of buck some of the trends, right? And you've covered professional sports for a long time and understand that, no, in fact, players don't quit on their team. And in fact, they do still want to win, even though they have nothing to play for. So I'm betting on some of those teams this week. And the very first one is, well, we were talking about Bill Belichick, the New England Patriots. I know it sounds kind of gross, but I took the 5.5 here with the Pats and mainly in a play against the Cardinals.
I'm giving you 6, Kelly.
Oh, even better. Thank you.
Yeah.
Listen, this is the Cardinals team basically since their bye week 11 has just I had a buddy text me. He goes, What did a new Call of Duty come out? What happened to Kyler Murray during the bye week? And I go, oh my God, that actually might have happened. If I followed video games, I would know. But I think this is a really great Pats team playing with absolutely no pressure versus a team who had, sitting in first place in the NFC West and has really faltered that away. Another gross team I'm going to take. And I know that the Jets also fall into this teams may still care. I actually disagree. I think Aaron Rodgers is done. You can tell by his whole attitude and body language. He seems to not care. He's gotten his coach fired. He's gotten his GM fired. His number one wide receiver just is non-existent. And I'm going to take Mac Jones with the Jags, who is 5-0. There you go. There's a little bit better than cherry picking stats, but Mac Jones 5-0 when facing the Jets. And then I'm going to bet against my Denver Broncos. I took the 4 earlier in the week. I do think that Indianapolis has an opportunity to win this game outright. So at 3.5, I do think there's still some value there. I really am honestly shell-shocked about this Denver team, particularly at home as a favorite.
Yeah.
But I do think that they may get caught looking ahead here. And then you have the 8 seed in the Colts, who have just been, mediocre. I bet this team to win the AFC South. They're not going to do so, but I do think that they have an opportunity to go into Denver and at least get the cover. Maybe Broncos win this one late, but I would not be shocked to see Denver drop this one prior to playing the Chargers.
If you were single, would you give Aaron Rodgers a shot?
Ooh.
You know what's funny? I do love Aaron Rodgers. If I was single, I may dabble in a date or two with Aaron Rodgers, but the reality is we're the same person. We would fight like hell. I need like a yin to my yang, and Aaron and I are very similar. We almost have the same birthday, in fact.
Would you do ayahuasca with him in the off season?
So the thing with ayahuasca is I have dabbled in the idea of doing ayahuasca. I love going to Costa Rica. I love the whole spiritual side of things. But I think all of those memories and traumas that I've done so good at suppressing over the years probably should stay there.
Open Pandora's box.
How about, hey now, let's go to Shay and Irving here. Shay?
Yeah, Danny, NFL. I got the Fighting Herberts laying 2.5 against the Bad Bakers. I got Crab Legs +4 against the Chiefs.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, and I got Aaron Rodgers laying 3 against the Mac Joneses. I don't feel great about it, but here I am. And then because I'm an absolute moron, I got the Fighting Kirk Cousins laying 4 against Vegas. He's looked like absolute shit, but can't go on forever.
1 o'clock game?
I'm not positive.
Is that game at the Raiders?
Yeah, it's at Vegas.
Yeah, so it can't be a 1 o'clock.
It's Monday night. Yeah, it's a Monday night game.
Oh, it is Monday.
Oh, of course.
yeah.
You want to showcase that one. They can't flex out of that one.
Primetime Kirk, though.
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah.
And then I got the Steelers +5.5 against the Eagles.
Okay. Dylan.
All right, Dan. I'm going to lay the 16 with the Ravens against the Giants. I'm pretty sure this is the biggest spread of the season. And this is a game where the Ravens just like massacre a dying team at the end of the season.
Is it the biggest or the biggest?
Did I say biggest?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, biggest.
Yes.
Eloquent, you know.
Yeah, very.
I got Browns +4 against the Chiefs. And I'm bucking my trend of taking the Lions every week.
You okay, dude?
I feel like I sound like I usually do now.
Continue.
Okay, all right. I'm taking the Bills +2.5 against the Lions, and I'm gonna take the Bears +6.5 against the Vikings.
Okay. Bad Larry, you still with us?
I'm still here, Dan.
Okay.
2 units each. I got a bunch of them. Rams +2.5 against the 49ers tonight.
Rams +3.
+3 tonight. Jets -3 against the Jags. Chiefs got to blow somebody out. Chiefs -4 against the Browns. I won over 47 in the Texas Dolphins game and over 54 in the Lions-Bills game.
Okay.
Then I want the Steelers. I thought it was +5, but you just gave Shea 5.5, so I'll take the 5.5 against the Eagles. The Falcons -4 against the Raiders. All 2 units.
Okay.
Comeback time, Shay. Here we go.
Let's see it, Larry.
Yeah, you're in trouble. You have 0 units to show for your season. Dylan +13.5, Shay +17.5. Anything else that needs to be mentioned? Kelly, is there anything that you would like to mention that we haven't so far?
Not that I can think of. I'm really excited for the college football playoff
Yes.
coming up because I think the bowl season for the last couple of years has really been decimated, obviously, by the transfer portal and coaches leaving their prospective jobs. I think this is like the rejuvenation that college football needed. And so I, for one, am very excited.
Shay and Irving, anything that you would like to say? Parting words.
I just hope that our new alien overlords bring a peaceful right-wing government and limit the freedoms that all these people have taken advantage of.
Yourself included.
I'm hoping for some alien fascism. That's what I'm looking for.
Boy.
What happened to you?
What?
No, something happened to you.
Nothing, Danny. I think the aliens are going to take over. You know what the problem with the government is today? It's all these rules and regulations.
I didn't ask what it was.
Just one more thing, Danny. It's all the rules and regulations. Of course, I'm not an actual fascist, but if you want real change, you need to suspend democracy. That's what we got to do.
Anything, parting words for the state of Ohio?
I'm not sorry. I apologize for nothing.
Dylan, anything you'd like to add?
I mean, Shay really kind of summed it all up, I think.
Yes, he did.
I'll be pretty stoked if the Ravens can win by 17.
Bad Larry, anything you'd like to say?
Kelly, you started the show out saying Shay was the big brother you never had. I'm sure you're sorry about that comment right now.
Listen, like I said, just because you're siblings with someone doesn't mean you have to agree with everything they say. And there's just certain things that he'll say, or I'll catch a tweet or a clip from the show, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah. There's been a couple times today that I'm like, no.
So, Kelly, what you're saying is if you were available and Shay was available.
Go to jail.
What? No.
No, available, not a jailable.
No, because we would spend all night, every night down like the Reddit rabbit holes with our tinfoil hats on, and I would never get anything ever accomplished in life.
Probably start a revolution, go to jail, flee to Mexico, start a coup in Panama. Important things.
Which is not out of the realm of possibilities for you.
Especially if the aliens come.
Yeah.
I think they might call you White Devil.
What if they're here to free Luigi and they don't agree with our healthcare system? You ever think of that?
Shay and Irving podcast. Are you going to have the roommate on the podcast?
No.
Okay. Would you like for me to Dr. Phil it and I could go in there and moderate? You and your wife.
Sure.
And I could ask any questions I want to ask.
No, absolutely not.
Well, I ask questions for a living.
Can't do it.
And they can be penetrating.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that word.
My best to the roommate. So I think that's it. Wherever you get your podcast, Shay and Irving podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Wagertalk.com is where you find Kelly. Also with Bet On It, Kelly and Murray, and Last Call on Saturday and Sunday. Whew. That's it. We've done it.
No, DP, it's not it. Quick question.
What?
Has this podcast been put on your Wikipedia page yet?
No, it will not.
Yeah.
No, it should not be on my Wikipedia page. When I'm dead, and then when they start reading over, and they'll be like, and he was the host of Dan Patrick Takes a Game.
Dan, I don't know if you're familiar with Wikipedia. Random people
communists.
can go in and change it. So I could go in there and scrub everything.
You have to be a communist to be able to edit at Wikipedia. Everybody knows that. It's a leftist propaganda machine.
I think somebody said that I was involved. I was the third shooter with JFK. Was that in my Wikipedia?
Wasn't that the other Dan Patrick?
Hey, third out of 100 is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
As if there was one.
That's
a break.
Yeah. Okay.
I think actually there's a glitch in the Matrix, and Luigi Mangione thought he was shooting JFK.
You know where Luigi stayed in Japan? You know he hung out in Japan for a while. You know who else hung out in Japan for a while? Lee Harvey Oswald. Not far from the CIA's East Asian headquarters.
Okay.
I was waiting for that. Yeah. I was waiting for the CIA bomb to drop.
Of course.
Or he could be in the mob, which is the other theory.
They work together.
Yeah.
And that'll do it. Thanks for joining us on Dan Patrick Takes a Gamble. Have a spectacular weekend. And we'll talk to you maybe next week.
Thanks, Cal.
Thanks, Cal.
Thanks,
guys. You guys are great. I love it. All the chaos.
It's very schizophrenic.
He's like, I am so done with all of you.
Yeah, he's out already.